Chat, here we go. We have ourselves a 1v1, a best of 5 between caard and aZapatos. I think it's been a bit since we've had aZapatos on. We had him against Flitz in a Rocket League sponsored show match in which aZapatos was forced to play not in his Sentio. But he gets to be back in his Sentio now. He played with the plank hitbox either way, but he played actually with, I forget what it's called. It was a card that when it first came out, a lot of people mained it for a while. There was a lot of hype. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's one of the flat ones. I'm sure you guys think of it. But for a while, people talked about how it was going to become meta. Oh my goodness, caard ripping one off the ceiling. Caard we've had on recently against Yan. He wasn't able to take down his teammate like his other Furia teammate was. Lost, but caard has been a top 1v1er, and I think he's trying to push his way into giving Furia 2 different 1v1 options. I think Yan is just too good right now. He's just way too good when it comes to trying to defend their crown at Gamers 8. I have a feeling they'll be playing with Yan in the 1v1s, but caard certainly more than capable if Yan were to get an injury of some sort. That could mean he couldn't play in a 1v1 or something. Or if they were ever to change the rules and not let multiple players play 1v1 back-to-back, but I think Gamers 8 does allow you to do that. The Mantis, thank you, chat. Thank you. The Mantis is correct. That is the one I was thinking of. caard going to be the first on the board here against aZapatos. Air dribble bump. Actually not going to work. Wait, did he connect on the bump and then aZapatos fought through it and still got the save? I'm glad he scored it so that we get the instant replay of this. Oh, we're not going to see it fully. I'm going to mark it in case we want to go back and watch that. That was a crazy save. The air dribble bump just connected. And then he just still got the save anyways and then countered. Or am I crazy? Did I miss it? Yo, Euro Trash, thank you for the 9 months of Tier 1. Much appreciated. Both these guys willing to play on this new map. I think it could be totally part of the rotation. It doesn't throw me off quite as much as the similar map. Why can't I think of its name either? I can't think of the name of anything right now. The stream got started so quickly. But it's the other map, the street ball map. That's a nice angle. Even caard's going to give him the nice shot. But that one came out. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit distracting, I feel like, more so than this one is. Something about the sky just feels more natural. Sovereign Heights. Yeah, thank you. A hectic start to the stream. I wanted to get, well, as many games as possible, so we ended up getting this 3rd game right before stream started. So I had to go live in order to not interfere with our future 1v1s, which if you're watching on the YouTube or live right now, we have Jack and Cosmic coming up after this one, and then KV1 and Swift. So we're going to have Swift on low ping because we've seen him on a couple high ping games. Let's get him against another South American 1v1er. See what we might be able to get. We might even get a 4th match because we have one more player for a 4th match, but I just haven't been able to find an adequate opponent. That makes sense, so we'll see. Last season's map is so sick. Wasn't last season's map the Fire and Ice one? Or was that 2 ago? Or was that more than 2 ago? The Fire and Ice one was not it. But all of the other recent ones have actually been really good. Deadeye Oasis, yes, of course, Deadeye Oasis. Deadeye Oasis was good. Is it better than this one? I'm not ready to say yet. But Sovereign Heights, Deadeye Oasis, and then Vita. What's this one even called? I haven't ever read it, I feel like. Or I just will never be able to think of a name when I'm this flustered. But those are all part of like A and S tier almost. And then maybe one of the worst maps I've ever played on is the Fire and Ice map. So I think it might be the worst map in the game, and that is fighting with some serious competition. caard, a great air dribble reset. aZapatos doesn't want to challenge him, so he'll use it for a wave dash and bump to tie the game. This one has a crowd. Yeah, this is probably what puts it above for show matches. As far as playing in it, I certainly don't mind Deadeye Oasis. Did you guys see all the controversy related to ranked? If you guys don't know, I'm not sure when this video will come out, but for the new ranked season, they took away a bunch of MMR. Like, they reset people harder than they normally do, which made people like me who finished in Grand Champ 1 pushed me all the way down to Champ 2, is my understanding. But they pushed everybody down, so they were just trying to push everybody's ranks down to start the season because they're inflating it a little bit. And everybody freaked out. So now apparently it's fixed. I don't know what they put it back to, but wow, full field dribble. Can aZapatos counter on this? He can. Oh no, caard just barely got the save. And now he's actually going to get a goal of his own. Wow. aZapatos throws him a nice one because that was razor thin margins right there to be able to save it off the post and turn it into a goal. Everyone got plus 100. So they got minus 300 and then plus 100. So ultimately they only did minus 200. So that's still a harder reset than they did before, right? Because they kind of didn't reset it before. At least at my rank, like Grand Champ, they kind of didn't really reset you that much. Wow, what a save. What a read by caard. Absolutely no boost left to work with. In and out of the net at top speed and just read aZapatos like a book, who was looking to place it there. aZapatos, no bump. These two guys are similarly rated on the top 100 leaderboard right now, both in the 20s. I think caard might be slightly higher rated, but I'm not exactly sure. Caard is going to win this game number 1. Yeah, I should mention it. I just tweeted it out right before the start of the stream so that we could talk about it, but then I instantly got into the show match. If you guys don't know, I'm Feer. You should know me. I'm married to Dr. Feer. I've brought up Dr. Feer a few times. Just my wife who has a doctorate, so we must refer to her by her official title. But we are going to be having baby Feer as well. Baby Feer on the way. Announced today. Game number 2. aZapatos and caard. aZapatos kept it close for the majority of the game before caard had a couple of nice plays to get separation. No longer is aZapatos the only one dashing around the field. We've seen lots of players incorporate more and more dashes. Some have even become just as clean as aZapatos. aZapatos playing a bit of keep away. He's actually stolen this back corner boost from caard, but he couldn't get the dribble back on target, which is completely fine as long as he stays in possession. Continues to starve caard out, and this is actually going to work. Caard is just so incredible. He actually has 30 boosts. Caard's playing like he has even less than this because he could jump up and clear this. He waits so long. He has 30. I don't know if he just didn't think that aZapatos would actually go for it. I don't know, because it's a no-brainer for aZapatos to go and tap that one in. And I figured he must have had caard completely out on 0, but I guess not. How long till your child beats you in ones? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully Rocket League's still around by the time a new human can be playing it. Caard certainly much more willing to play in the air than aZapatos. aZapatos tried to pre-jump this, floating into the crossbar, and caard is like, where are you, bud? I guess aZapatos is trying to get a reset. He's trying to go all the way to the ceiling so he can maybe have a jump to work with after he recognized his pre-jump was a little bit early, and caard just soft taps it in. aZapatos shooting wide. Caard has that save. time his aerial doesn't lead to anywhere. aZapatos, though, thought he was just in control. He figured caard was going to be backing off here, and he could just start working on his possession, but caard never bailed on the play. He's able to take the ball away in for a 2-goal lead. Caard reset, drops to aZapatos. aZapatos could probably afford to sit and wait on caard shots because he hasn't really been dominating through the air. He's had the one wave dash catch. For the most part, aZapatos has been able to react. There's a dash. I feel like he just threw it in for the fans there. Didn't necessarily need it, but does use it to get underneath the ball and picks apart caard, who is refusing to challenge on his dribbles. So he ends up setting up, looking like he's going to wave dash and shoot to that right post from our current perspective. But ends up going to the left. Thank you, the Fun Buns, for the 8-month tier 1, and Ryan S'mores for the 10-month prime. Thank you, guys. Caard, when given space, going back to what he very clearly wants to lab, which is the aerial game. Even against Yan, he was working to try and incorporate as much air dribbling as possible, but aZapatos recognizing that they haven't been executed to perfection. They haven't been protecting the ball as much as they should be, and they haven't been making it all the way to the net. And so aZapatos recognizes his opportunity to steal the ball away. Caard's going to just chip the ball low. aZapatos actually gets a reset on top of the ball. Is that what just happened there? Had to flip back. And doesn't matter. Oh, I think he just delayed his jump maybe. aZapatos, wave dash kickoff main, uses it to bump caard, has a bit of space now, and he's done a decent job of converting on these takes. That's actually a pretty impressive flick, pre-flip flick to the top right corner, but caard has to in and out save again. aZapatos gonna bump caard to get a bit of space. Those caard doesn't have the boost to turn back and play aggressive, so he can take his time on the setup and try to capitalize on a flick. Luckily for him, he immediately regains control. Bit of aerial play for aZapatos now as he catches and puts the ball behind caard. Not expecting him to keep this level of control. Caard setting up in net for the shot that he thought was going far post. aZapatos slams a shot. 4-4. These two guys were neck and neck the early parts of game 1 as well. caard was able to pull away, and it seems like aZapatos has to play a little bit more aggressive. Honestly, both these guys could afford to play a little bit more aggressive defensively. Right now, they're letting each other walk all the way to the net. So hard to make the right play from those positions. Caard off the ceiling, the musty. He slots it top left after a kickoff win. aZapatos throws him the nice one. Was thinking about the ceiling challenge, but recovers back down off of it and keeps himself out of position. He was going to need to immediately rush across the top of the net if he wanted to get that save. Can't have the indecision by going to the ceiling expecting a bit of a slower dribble. Caard now. Reset musty again. Might not have the boost to stop aZapatos from getting within 1. Just needs to be careful on the kickoff with 22 seconds left to go. aZapatos sticking to his trusty wave dash. Caard able to steal the possession though. Goes for another air dribble. Off the kickoff. aZapatos might have the counter. No, Caard is back in time. Surprised aZapatos backing off the ball. Won't be backing off for long because he needs something here in the final moments. 50 boost to work with. Fakes the air dribble. Caard does not quite fall for it. aZapatos going to need a bit of extra height if he wanted that side flip to score. So it'll be 2-0 Caard in the best of 5. Game number 3. Caard and aZapatos. It's been a gentlemanly 1v1 so far. A lot of passive defense and letting the other player attack. Actually something that I'm not used to seeing aZapatos do. You know, I think back to when I was watching aZapatos before. He was an absolute hound on the ball in the past. And turning to Shadow even in these positions is something he would almost never do. I don't know if he's been mixing up his ones gameplay as of late. Caard, another kickoff win. Seems to have a read on aZapatos wave dash. Not going to be able to dunk this one. Can aZapatos use his quick recoveries to gather the ball before the Caard recovery? Looks like not. Caard's going to score again. Just over the top of aZapatos. aZapatos is not KBM, he is controller. aZapatos into the pogo. Has to use the flip to get back to the ball. It would have been one of the less exciting pogos we've seen scored if it did work out, because he had to just basically fully land on the ground by the time he took the shot. And that means Caard has quite the easy read. Yo, Nox Brand, thank you for the Prime. 2 months of Prime. aZapatos looking for offense here. Much needed offense in game number 3. Caard is going to pogo back on aZapatos in the midfield. The midfield pogos we've seen used a bit more recently as ways to just throw off the timing of the defender's challenge. They're expecting the ball to come all the way to the ground. Sometimes you can pop it past them. Not often can you quickly recover and stay with the ball, though. Or just a way to prevent the immediate takeaway. Caard is going to try and find a way to score with very little boost here. aZapatos recovers. To grab the midfield, decides to stay on the ball as he attacks immediately at the net, and Caard, who is completely starved out after making this play, had no choice but to swing in through the boost and ended up a bit overreacting to this shot. If he had taken it a bit slower, might have been okay, but credit to aZapatos. Sometimes that is the right thing to do. Actually take a bit of heat off the shot to throw off the timing of somebody who is forced to recover at full speed. Caard, musty, in the air again, into the top shelf. Oh, just a bit wide. He actually had a chance to score there if he had taken a moment to get all the way around the ball. Now aZapatos up the ceiling, and he stopped Caard's air dribble. He gets him to bring it to the ground and wave dash, and gets nothing out of it. So aZapatos probably needs to get his flick game going here. Caard, yet another save in and out of the net. It's unbelievable, man. He's been farming them. Almost always, this is very situational or even like a mistake to go in and out of the net. I would say I've seen him failed more often than used correctly. Not to say that that's a bad thing, because it's usually when you have no boost and you have no other choice, so you try it and it still doesn't work. So it's not really, you know, that much of a downside to not hit it. You're probably screwed either way. But Caard has been using them like crazy and has had a ton of success. This time, aZapatos gets him on the follow-up, and Caard's just going to own goal here. as he looks to try and get back involved in the play. Can't quite catch up to it. Dove all the way into the corner without making a play on the ball. Oh, caard using Azapatos' dash against him. Reset now. Taken down to a 50. Looks to bump Azapatos and keeps him on the right side of the ball. If that bump was too soft, although he went for the boost and then threw it away. If the bump was too soft, Azapatos could turn around and just shoot off of it, but he did put him all the way behind it and then maybe just tried to scoop for another bump. And Azapatos dodges it. He's able to score. What's going on, Raziers? Right now we have a couple matches already scheduled after this one. We have Jack Cosmic and then KV1 Swift. But I was actually looking for a series even after that. Might do 4 today, but I imagine that's going to be fairly late for a player like Raziers. Also, the other player I have doesn't really match up in terms of a sensible match. Caard. 1 game away from the sweep. If he can just hold on here, and aZapatos actually is going to let him just air dribble directly to the net. aZapatos reversing with 5 boosts. I'm not really sure what his game plan there is. You would think if you want to pull caard up into a dribble, you do so when you have a full tank and you can get up in the air to match him. Will this wave dash kickoff convert? It will. So aZapatos retakes his lead. Although he didn't really wave dash on it. aZapatos into the aerial game for kind of the only second time so far this one, but he is freestyling like crazy. Did he just throw the tie game, though? He did. aZapatos in desperation to get the clip. Would have been a nasty shot. What was it? Was it double or triple reset? It might have been a triple. It was going to be a filthy shot, no doubt about it. But the finish is launched directly at caard. And so the save is somewhat trivial, and the counter is trivial as well, and then a kickoff goal, and now aZapatos with the ultimate punishment for going for the style. The 2-goal swing, and caard is in the lead, on the verge of completing his sweep. Caard with 30 seconds, ceiling reset, just taps the ball. aZapatos is going to stick around, see if he can backflip dunk something directly into net. aZapatos needs to get underneath the ball. 12 seconds, or sorry, 2 seconds, but 12 boost, and that never really results in a win. It's going to be GG's. A sweep for Mr. Caard over aZapatos. So he takes them down in the best of 5.